back to another episode of Tightliners TV. I'm here getting ready to start my cross country lure challenge. I have the lures that were sent to me in the mail the other day. 4 baits that I'm going to use to try to catch. The original challenge was 3, but I'm going to try to catch 4 fish. 1 on each lure, so since he sent me an extra one. So anyways, I'm just going to get rigged up, and then I'm going to head out to the lake and see if we can get something going here. So again, I got the tube jig, basically. This knuckle bait, kind of like a spinner. It's very interesting, it's odd. And then a KVD square bill crankbait, shad color, and then a Rapala shadow wrap. It's a jerk bait, basically floats the suspense. It's really good. It mimics like dying shad. So anyways, I'm just gonna get my poles all rigged up and then head out there. So see you on the water. All right, good morning guys. Welcome back to Tightliners TV. I'm out here this morning getting ready to start my cross-country lure fishing challenge. It's about 6:45 in the morning. Sun's just getting ready to come up over the hill over there, and I got about 2 hours or so for me to fish before I gotta go to work. So hopefully I can get this done. They're letting a lot of water out of the lake right now, which is kind of unfortunate for dock repairs. The water levels dropped about 2 feet, so a lot of the areas that I fish with luggage cover is not really relevant at this point, but it'll help expose other areas that I didn't know of before. So we'll see how it goes, so stay tuned. All right, the first lure that I'm going to start out with is this kind of wacky one that's it's like a spinner bait, but it's got this little ball on it. I don't know if you can see that, but it looks actually pretty neat. So I'm gonna go and start with this and just see how that goes. All right, we're gonna change it up for a second. Give that one a break. I'm gonna go to the KVD square bill crankbait. So what I'm doing here with this crankbait, I'm casting it out there and I'm reeling, and you feel that vibration in your tip. That's what you want. Let you know you get good action, and then you'll start to feel it once it gets down to depth, hitting off rocks or bottom or whatever. You just kind of slow your retrieve down. You just want that bill just bumping into rocks and structure, and that's what triggers those strikes on this. Bass just sit down there, and then this thing is kind of just going along, and it's like it's foraging off the bottom. Or you can reel a little faster and just, keep it going. Stop a little bit, let it come up. Keep it off the bottom if you want. Try to keep it in that strike zone if you feel like they're not on the bottom. Got one. All right. A decent guy. Come on, get in the boat. I barely had him hooked. All right. There we go. First one of the morning on the KVT square bill crankbait. I mean, that's hard to resist. There's so much shad jumping over in that area where I was casting. It's a good size one. Little chunk. 17.5 inches. All right, one down. Here's the lure right there. I'm gonna hook myself. There you go. Crankbait, 17.5 inch largemouth. All right. Getting back in the water here. You guys can see that. There he goes. I gotta get one on this crazy Japanese spinner, I think. I'm gonna put on that tube real quick. The spinner, I think, is gonna be the toughest one to catch something on. I figure I can knock these out early, hopefully, and maybe I can just pound that spinner. Anyways, there's that big salty tube, very salty. I'm just gonna rig it up Texas style. I don't ever fish tubes. So this is definitely a first for me. So we shall see. But man, does that stuff have some salt on it. Got him. Come on, get in here. All right. Little guy, tube jig. I'll take it. You've been caught before, bud. You've got that hole in his mouth right there already. Anyways, there he is. Nothing special. Little guy. My guesstimations have always been off, so I'm just curious. Oh, he's just over 13 inches. So just long and skinny. 2 down, 1 to go. Spinnerbait one is gonna be the challenge. That's gonna be the one right there. I need the spinner. Just gotta catch something on the spinner. Good news is I got 2 fish on 2 of the lures relatively quickly. Oh, I just had one and he was big. Come on, Justin. And this thing just doing a straight retrieve. I mean, I don't know if I should be trying to do anything fancy with it or not. Like I said, I've never fished with anything remotely close to it. And this thing just doing a straight retrieve. I mean, I don't know if I should be trying to do anything fancy with it or not. Like I said, I've never fished with anything remotely close to it. And it actually doesn't look bad for a lure, so you wouldn't think it'd be challenging, but looks just like kind of a regular old spinner, and it's great color for this time of year. Just as yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I got one. Tiny guy. Barely hooked. You look. Alright, guy, chill out. Okay. Alright. He went after the big bait. He's 10.5 inches long. Here we go. That's it right there. I was getting really worried. This little crystal ball looking thing. But anyways, I got him. 3 fish on the 3 lures. I left the jerkbait at home, so I'm not even gonna try that. Well, obviously I can't try that, but anyways, mission accomplished. Challenge accomplished. Get him back. It may not be big, but he's a fish. All right, I'm gonna put this guy down. I've made probably 100 plus casts with it to get a bite. I'm gonna go back to I think I'm gonna try the little square bill crankbait, just see if I can keep catching some fish on this. I'm gonna fish some of these rocks. Should be a good spot for them. Got him. All right. He went back. But that was 2 on the square bill crankbait. Oh, I had another one. Got him. I'm tearing up the little guys with the crank. So I've caught 3 on the crankbait now. Like I said, the shad have been running, so that makes the most sense. But there he is. Actually, he's pretty healthy looking for a little guy. What's he coming in at? He is just over 10 inches, 10.5 inches. Little guy, good one. All right. Yeah, I love square bill crankbaits. They just get good action and they get down to that depth. It's just a good depth, especially this time of year when the bass start to transition and from their summer pattern to their fall pattern, you know, all the shad get pushed up, you know, into the fingers and the coves and whatnot, and the bass follow them and they get fat before winter. Points and they head to deeper water. Notice I'm catching them off these points. I don't think that was a hit, but anyways, been catching them off these points. Again, it's just you're looking for that change in structure or elevation or whatever the case may be. Just different things that bass use to their advantage to ambush their prey. I mean, it could be just something that's just a little, you know, a little cut inside a pocket of weeds, you know. those are just areas of opportunity that you want to hit. You know, the other thing too is that, you know, windy days like today, especially, go to where the wind is blowing. Just had another hit. Because that wind also pushes the bait fish. So it'll make them stack up even more on these points and certain coves. But yeah, just keep pummeling. They're out there. Got him. I was gonna say I had a hit when I threw it back in there a second ago. So for those of you that watched my video chasing monsters, I mean you saw the different sizes of fish I caught and whatnot. Again, there's a square-billed crankbait. That's the 4th one now on that. Again, nothing huge. No, we'll measure him, but here's the thing, like, you know, what you're fishing with is, you know, what you're gonna get. He's just over 11 inches, 11 and a quarter inches. So, but I mean, there he is, nothing crazy. But again, the bait I'm using isn't anything outrageous either. So you're gonna get, you know, fish based on the size of lure that you're fishing with. Like I said, the shad are running right now, so they're feeding on shad, and I mean, this is a great lure for that. So Freak Out Fishing hooked me up. He chose a good one for me, but it's not that big, so you're gonna catch a lot of smaller fish really than the bigger ones, because they're looking for that bigger meal. That guy was just sitting in the weeds, you know, just barely in there. And like I said, they've let out at least 2 feet of water. You can see the coloration difference. But when I threw it in there the first time, I saw something come out after it, and because this floats, and then till you start reeling it. So anyways, saw something come out after it, and I just pitched it right back to the same spot, and he was still there. Wham. It's all off this point too. So again, just look at the hillside and just imagine that continuing down into the water. So in the middle, you're gonna have your high spot, and then on the left and right hand side, you're gonna have your drop-offs. And those drop-offs are where, you know, the fish like to suspend and stuff and just wait for the bait fish to swim over the top of them, what have you. Got him. Again, nothing huge, but it's another fish on that crankbait. Just over 12, like 12 and a quarter. I gotta get back on track again. I can't stay in that spot. There you go. Back in there. Alright guys. Well, it was a pretty productive today. Cross country lure challenge. I had the 3 lures with me. I left the crankbait at home, or excuse me, the jerkbait at home. So today I fished just a big red tube, a KVD square bill crankbait, and then it's kind of like a spinnerbait, but very unique. I mean, it had like a crystal ball on it, like a disco ball on it, and then you know, a skirt, not a lot of skirt to it, and then the weighted like face that represented some bait fish. But anyways, I caught 7 bass, so pretty productive. Biggest one I caught was 18.5 inches, so a solid 3-pounder. But anyways, I consider this challenge complete and look forward to seeing what happens with my buddy over at Freak Out Fishing. Can't wait to see his video. So make sure you guys check that out for him. Again, it's Freak Out Fishing, so check it out. And then be sure to hit that like and subscribe button on my channel, Tightliners TV. So appreciate all the support. We'll see you guys later.